1 square meter.
ASEAN's economic systems consists of a wide variety of living and non-living things of all sizes. We will learn and know more about ecosystems, living and non-living things.
ASEAN is a region with enormous abundance of natural resources. It is an important food production source in the world. It is also one of the most ecologically diverse regions in the world. Although ASEAN covers only 3% of the world's land area, but it is known to be rich in biodiversity. Countries with the dominant biodiversity are Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. ASEAN is a country with high biodiversity on a global scale, a region with a large number of threatened species. Malaysia has 1,092 threatened and endangered species. Indonesia has 976 species. Philippines have 944 species, most of them plant species, as well as important areas of the world for biodiversity that are being threatened. Malaysia is a mega-diverse country. Most of the country is covered in rainforest, which hosts a huge variety of flora and fauna, and these are approximately of flora and fauna. Table is that list of extinction. Sumatra rhinos are extinct. After the last rhino believed to be alive died of shock resulting of recurrence of uterine fibroids. Biodiversity in Thailand. Thailand can be divided into types of forests. Two types. Number one, evergreen forest consists of tropical rainforest, dry evergreen forest, hill evergreen forest, coniferous forest, swamp forest, mangrove swamp forest, beech forest. Number two, deciduous forest, consisting of mixed deciduous forest, deciduous, dipterocarp forest, grassland forest. And this is number of species in Thailand. New animal species among 163 species found in Mekong River have in country Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Thailand. A silver-eyed rainbow-headed snake in Laos country. Cloy Sinan in Thailand. Leptolax cysos in Cambodia and Vietnam. Flower impatient kingdom body in Burma country. This is number of plant and animal species in Indonesia. And these are examples of plants and animals. The wildlife of the Philippines includes a significant number of endemic flora and fauna species, and this is the number of species of plants and animals in Philippines. For example, the Philippine tarsier is native to the southern Philippines, and Philippines eagle at the Philippines Eagle Center at Davao City. Wildlife in Singapore. Although Singapore has never had much biodiversity, but you can easily spot orangutan, white tiger, otter, dolphin, monkey, elephant, and many. Here are some of the most beautiful wildlife in Singapore. For example, small kangaroo, Asian hornbill. Most of Brunei's flora is forested. About 85% of the area. The country is covered with forest greenery. Tropical forests make up about 58% of the area, covered with own forest, primary forest, and the rest of the area will be young forest, secondary forest, or orchard forest, or fruit trees. The main forest type of the country is the mangrove forest.
Today we are going to learn nature near our school. The class will take an outing to a natural area, seaside tide pool, nearby forest, and park to observe our natural surroundings. Students will observe their surroundings 3 times. The teacher will let the students explore and observe the nature around us. Teacher will have students prepare equipment for this survey. Meter sticks, strings and pegs, magnifying glass, thermometer, notebook and pen.
Students try to observe the environment around us and see how it is. I hear the sound of water and birds singing. I can feel the warm sunlight. I saw trees and glass.
Yes, in the students see, hear and touch in naturally around us is an ecosystem. After we have learned these things, therefore students can record observations in pictures, diagrams, photographs, or word in notebook. The first observation will be the small area. 2. Measure 1 square meter. And the final observation is focused on 10 square centimeter. The 3 survey were to record the result by drawing or identifying the plants, insects of the organism we saw.
Exploration method students will need to test a small amount of rope around the area and use a pin to hold the rope in place. Then use a magnifying glass to see the crystal and take pictures of what students see and measure the temperature in that area. After the survey, students take notes that they find. Students must wrap a rope around 1 square meter of the area and use pegs to hold the rope, then use a magnifying glass to see the creatures and take pictures of what students see and measure the temperature in that area. After the survey, students take note that they find. Survey methods. Students are required to test a loft around the area of 10 square centimeters and use a pin to hold the ropes in place. Then use a magnifying glass to see the crystals and take pictures of what students see and measure the temperature in that area. After the survey, students take note that they find.
After we have observed the nature around us, students have already learned through observation, hearing, touch, and smell. The teacher then explains more about these things for students to understand more. Ecosystem is a community of living and non-living things that work together. It consists of abiotic, soil, water, air, and biotic parts, flora, fauna. The major parts of an ecosystem are water, water temperature, plants, animal, air, light, and soil. The importance of this is abiotic. Soil is the main factor that can grow. It is a source of nutrient and water to plants. It is the place where the roots of the plant can be stabilized and is the average inhabited by living things in the ecosystem. Water is a necessity that we use for drinking and for animal cultivation. Water sources are habitats that for fish and other aquatic animals. Air, used in the respiration of living things, is oxygen gas. Air helps to create food for plants, carbon dioxide. Air helps to burn fuel is oxygen gas. And for biotic flora, it is an organism that can be used for many purposes, such as being used as food, medicines, and cursing. In addition to the main factors that are important to human life, plants are also very important to living things and other environment. For example, in fertile forest areas, it releases land and helps to purify the air. And for fauna, help the balance of nature. Recreation and spirituality, wildlife tours in the Zoo National Park, science education and medicine, research and experiments, content author creator. Relationship between natural resources, for example, forests provide habitats for wildlife and a safe hard forest make the soil fertile. And for conclusion for these lessons, identify interaction between biotic and abiotic factor in an ecosystem. Biotic factor includes plants, animals, and other organisms. Abiotic factors include loss, temperature, and humidity. Every factor in an ecosystem depends on every other factor, either directly or indirectly. The teacher hopes that the students will understand and be able to use the knowledge have studied as able to spread and explain to friends and others as well, and to share this knowledge. Thank you for your attention.